بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم ارزقني فيه رحمة الأيتام. Ya Allah, grant me in this month mercy on the orphans, وإطعام الطعام and feeding food, وإفشاء السلام and spreading peace, وصحبة الكرام and company of the noble-minded, بطولك يا ملجأ الآملين, by your favors, O you shelter of the hopeful. What we ask in this dua are certain things which are mentioned in the Quran as well. Rahmatul Aitam. This is something which we find in numerous places in the Quran. And especially, for example, in Surah Al-Balad, فَلَاقْتَحَمَ الْعَقَبَةَ وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةُ فَكُّ رَقَبَةٍ أو إطعام في يوم ذي مسغبة. This إطعام الطعام which is mentioned here is mentioned in Surah Al-Balad as well. Feeding food in a day of famine, scarcity, not being afraid that I may need it tomorrow. Let's share what we have with others. أو إطعام في يوم ذي مسغبة يتيما ذا مقربة أو مسكينا ذا متربة. To an orphan, which may be a relative, or to a poor which has become motionless out of poverty. These are the things which are advised in the Quran to us. And especially in the month of Ramadan, this sort of connection to people, connection to the needy is much advised because it would increase and enhance our spirituality. The spirituality is not something isolated from community. You cannot just isolate yourself and become spiritual. Spirituality develops and manifests itself in your relation with God and with others. And therefore, in this month, which is the month of spirituality, we have this sort of request from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that grants me rahmatul aitam, mercy upon the orphan, wa it'amut ta'am, feeding food to those who need it, of course, and even to those who do not need it. It's a sort of connection, it's a sort of nice interaction with other people. The Prophet, peace be upon him, just before Ramadan, addressed his companions in a very beautiful sermon, informing them that the month of Ramadan is coming, bil barakati wal rahmati wal maghfirah, with blessings and mercy and forgiveness. And one of the things that the Prophet, peace be upon him, advised in that very beautiful sermon of the month of Ramadan, he said that tahannanu ala aitam al-nas, in this month you be kind, be loving to the orphans of other people, so that if one day you have an orphan relative, then people would attend to them as well. This world is world of compensations, and therefore if you do one good, as the saying goes, you give from one hand and you receive from the other hand. Wa ifsha as-salam, spreading peace. Peace is of course something that we have to ultimately establish on the earth, inside ourselves, in our community. This is something which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes to be one of the attributes of paradise, the abode of peace. Paradise is the abode of peace. And if we can spread peace on the earth, we have created an ambience, an environment which is, of course, to the capacity of this life, this lower life, which is much different from the higher life which is in paradise. To that capacity we have spread something which is very desirable. Peace is peace of mind, peace is peace of heart, peace is peace in the community, peace among the people. And ifsha salam, spreading peace, requires that we be peaceful with others, do not attack others, do not criticize others, wrongly. Do not do things which would create quarrels, wrangling, argument. These are all instances of ifsha al-salam. Wa suhbat al-kiram, and company of the noble-minded, or the noble creatures, or the noble people. Karam here, of course, is mentioned without qualification. We have angels which are described to be karam, to be noble in the Quran. Like, for example, what we have in Surah Abbas, that's about the Quran, the tadhkira being written by بأيدي سفرة كرام بررة, by the hand of the writers, which are angels, who are very highly honored by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We can be in this month companion of the angels. We can bring ourselves close to that realm of angels, where angels can commend us, can like to be with us. This is Suhbatul Kiram. Also, in this month, we have to avoid companionship of people who are distant from God. These are not noble people. Noble people are those people whose hearts are close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we ask that in this month we are given this companionship. We are given the company of those who would bring us closer to God, who would draw our attention to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bitawlik, by your favor. Of course, as all these du'as would tell us, none of these would be possible without the favor of Allah, without the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He is the shelter of the hopeful. We hope for these things in this month, and He is the one who can give us these things and is our shelter. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين.